What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching. Keep calm and game on. We are back reacting to things that are going on in the world, things that are happening in the news. We're going to watch this video titled Tesla Targeted Vandalism in 9+ States Linked to Political Grievances. This is live now on Fox. I will post this. Well, I guess I can't post this particular one in the chat, but because I'm using a 2-monitor setup and I got 2 computers going, it's complicated. But anyway, we're going to hit the play button. Shout out to everybody that's hit the subscribe button. We have gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, so if you are one of them, thank you so much. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you again. And yeah, we're just going to play, see what happens. Also, shout out to everybody that's left a super chat, everybody that's became a channel member. You guys are awesome, and you're helping keep the lights on, literally. So with that being said, we are going to hit the play button and see what's going on in the world. So here we go.
Live now from Fox, I am Andy Mack. No arrests have yet been made as the Teslas were torched on Tuesday in Las Vegas, and authorities are calling it a, quote, act of domestic.
More people torching Teslas. What a bunch of morons. Okay, if you're causing vandalism, if you're defacing public property, if you're harassing people and like setting their cars on fire, you need to go to jail. Simple as that.
Terrorism. For more on this, let's go out to Rebecca Castor that gets us up to speed on this developing story.
Teslas set ablaze at a Las Vegas service center earlier this week, with the culprit leaving behind the word resist. In Oregon, shots were fired at a dealership, and in Massachusetts, charging stations were torched. Just a few examples of vandals targeting Tesla across the country.
We have charged multiple people. Get ready, more coming. We believe these are...
Get ready, boys. If you're breaking the law, you're going to get caught and you're going to go to jail. That's simple. Full stop. Full stop, boys. So buckle up because it's going to get interesting.
They're organized. These are not individuals out there throughout the country doing this on their own.
Elon Musk's company has become a clear target since he aligned himself with President Donald Trump and started slashing government jobs and spending.
Do you consider this an act of domestic terrorism?
I think so. I think that you will find out that they're paid by people that are very highly political on the
Very
left.
highly political.
There was even a website now taken down, sharing the personal information of Tesla owners to pressure them to sell their vehicles.
It's despicable, the violence that has taken place against Tesla, the company, its employees, and also just Americans who have chosen to drive an electric vehicle. We would like Democrats to also come out and condemn this heinous violence that we have seen.
This is going to be my last trip in this car.
Instead, Democratic lawmakers have mostly jumped on board with the Tesla takedown, selling their vehicles and praising the company's plummeting stock.
See, it's one thing if you don't like Elon Musk, then sell your Tesla. Don't buy a Tesla, okay? I got no issue with that. But if you're going to go out there and start burning people's Teslas, causing damage to them, then that's not okay.
225 and dropping.
Tesla was also removed from this week's Vancouver International Auto Show, with organizers citing safety concerns. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
All right, thank you so much for that.
Buddy.
We're also hearing more statements from the FBI telling citizens to exercise vigilance around some dealerships.
Vigilance, boys. We got to exercise some vigilance.
They're warning of nationwide incidents of arson, gunfire, vandalism, targeting Tesla EV dealerships.
I'm going to post a comment in chat.
That happened in 9+ states linked to political grievances. The FBI urges vigilance and awareness around those locations. All right, let's bring the conversation right now for more on this. Ashton Pack, the retired sergeant with the Las Vegas Metro Police.
So feel free to vote on the poll, guys, if you're watching.
At the FBI. Ashton, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now.
Crazy times.
Are there telltale signs of terrorism in some of these incidents, including in Vegas?
Thanks for having me back, Andy. And, I think there probably are. We have to understand a little bit more the definition of terrorism. Really, why this would maybe check that domestic terrorism box is you have, you're trying to change basically political beliefs.
Because it is terrorism. It is terrorism.
Through force, fear, or violence. It's one thing to put pressure on Elon Musk. It's one thing to put pressure on Tesla. It's another thing to destroy property that doesn't really belong to Elon Musk. Once it hits the dealership floor, it's insured. It's the property of the dealership that bought those cars. And so, you know, that's where you're getting that terrorism nexus, where you're trying to basically force, you know, the will of political. You're forcing your politics on others using that force fear of violence. So, yeah, I think I could definitely see a case for a domestic terrorism prosecution.
Also, guys, how you like my hat? How you like that? Yeah, I found it. I found it, boys.
In here when folks are taken into custody.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, no arrests have been made relating to this incident in Las Vegas. Other arrests have been made around the country. Let's get into this because the FBI says it believes, quote, lone offenders are targeting electric vehicles. When you're looking in that, when you're investigating that, why do they believe potential lone offenders are the culprits?
Organizations that were been tracked over the years that are kind of the eco-terrorism groups that the federal government kind of took an eye on, you know, from burning down car dealerships to car.
So you don't see Republicans doing this crap. I know there's some Democrats out there that don't support this, and shout out to you guys, okay? But the Democrats or people on the left, or just maybe they don't identify with the particular party and they're still doing it, you guys are morons. And you're going to get caught and you're going to go to jail. So you better stop doing what you're doing, because throwing a temper tantrum because your person lost the election is just stupid. Or because you don't like Elon Musk. It's stupid. If you don't like Elon, don't buy his cars. That simple. Leave everybody else alone.
Targeting lumbering and environmental concern industries within our country. They have pretty good tabs on those on the individuals that comprise those groups. And I think a lot of the groups have kind of learned over the years that it's better to utilize the political process to try to, you know, get your beliefs and your environmental concerns out there. So I would agree with the Bureau on this. I think it seems to me that it's a handful of lone actors. I also think it's maybe a cultural thing.
A handful of idiots. That's what it is. A handful of idiots.
And a generation of younger people who want things to happen much quicker. We're engaging in the political process, getting in and trying to actually make change. It takes time. Getting a law degree, becoming a lawyer, working with an environmental group, or joining into the government and actually trying to change policy or running for office. That's hard. That takes time. That takes energy. Why not just burn some Tesla stuff and you get to kind of have cred with your friends on Instagram?
Yeah, and of course the motive there potentially behind some of this, and we saw those Teslas being torched. We saw some of the gunshots, the word resist spray painted on the side of that dealership. In terms of the Molotov cocktails, when you're looking at something like this, when you're looking at that, does that tell you anything about who this individual might be?
Not specifically. I mean, the Molotov cocktail is, you know, you can Google search that, and it's not rocket science to make one of those. I think ultimately right now in the investigation and where it's at here in Las Vegas, it really comes down to the digital and physical forensics that were left behind.
If we're just popping in, guys, we are reacting to what's been going on with the vandalism of Tesla cars and Tesla trucks, and just the idiots out there that are throwing temper tantrums because they think if they do this, they're going to get their way. When in reality, they just look like idiots, and they are not doing any favors to the party they support, because violence isn't the answer. Simple as that.
You know, we don't know who this perpetrator isn't in custody yet, but it's really hard in today's modern age to commit crime with nothing at all, leave no trace. I mean, video surveillance. You have eyewitnesses that were in some of I think there were apartments just across the street. Every Tesla has a camera on all sides covering it. So you really have to take steps to conceal your identity. You know, were fingerprints or DNA left on any of the items that could it even be recovered if they were in any kind of burnt state? I'm not really sure on that one.
Crazy.
I haven't had access, obviously, to the case file. Yep. But that's what cops are going to be looking at. That's what the local investigators and, you know, working with FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, that's what they're going to be I think their best leads at that point are in the forensics right now.
Yeah, and of course, maybe one of those Molotov cocktails didn't really burn the Tesla, and they're looking into that. I also want to ask you about communication, because we talked about the lone offenders, but when you're looking at communication, when you're looking at some of the digital evidence behind them, how closely are they trying to tie these people together if they had any communication with the same organization? Is that something they're looking into?
Yeah, they would absolutely look into that. Once you're in custody, once the warrants or the search warrant is served and they recover your computer, your tablet, your cell phone, they're going to be able to download and extract the information off that phone. And if you have any conversations or communications, especially if it's not encrypted, they're going to be able to at least assess whether or not
they're going to find you. They're going to find you. You just wait.
You were tied to a bigger plot or an organization that they're aware of. Again, I think, you know, as they take people into custody, as people are arrested for these crimes, I think ultimately you'll see that, you know, it was probably one lone individual. They might have been inspired by a certain ideology. They might have been inspired because they just don't like the current president. They don't like Elon and all these issues that are, you know, what they don't like about the new incoming administration, which was very, very evident as to what they were going to do and be like from, you know, the very beginning of the campaign. So now I think you have, I personally think it's just going to probably be some lone individuals, but, you know, time will tell and the investigation has to take its course.
Yeah, and of course, we always see some of these copycats. If they see these incidents, they gain attention and they obviously want to join potentially the movement. If you're trying to prevent something like this from happening, especially in Las Vegas where they have the loop and we do know more resources are being put forward to that, what are they trying to do to prevent this? What are they keeping an eye out to make sure this doesn't happen again?
Well, now would be the worst time to try to do something against a Tesla facility or a Tesla dealership or anything.
You're going to get caught, boys. You just wait. You're going to get caught. Guys, if you are watching this live, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think of all of the nut jobs out there that are attacking Tesla cars and Tesla dealerships. Let me know what you think.
Thing like that. There's just a heightened response now of law enforcement. They're going to put police officers out there basically 24/7. If you're a police officer in a smaller jurisdiction, you could be a real, you know, you could be a real hero, keeping an eye on those charging stations. Maybe your jurisdiction doesn't have the resources to put police there 24/7 or even deploy some kind of a video surveillance asset. But just good straight up police work, keeping an eye, doing extra patrols in that area. That would be what I would be doing if I was, you know, an officer anywhere USA right now. And again, if you have, you know, here in Las Vegas, everything that's related to Mr. Musk, to his corporations, has all been placed under tighter scrutiny and tighter security, both by the police and I'm sure Tesla. You know, they still have a lot of money in the bank. They probably hired some very, very professional private security folks on their end to bolster their security, not only to the company, but to their people. I think it's important to remember here, you know, you're not really targeting Elon Musk when you destroy these cars in the dealership. You're affecting a company that employs a lot of American citizens, that provides living wages and jobs to people, which is exactly what I think both sides of the political spectrum should be talking about right now.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, some of these cars, some of these facilities already insured once they're on the lot like that. I do want to ask you, because we saw Pam Bondi, the AG, earlier this week, put out this statement talking about this, talking about some of the arrests, most recently the charges, saying, quote, "The days of committing crimes without consequences have ended. Let this be a warning. If you join the wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, the Department of Justice will put you behind bars." How important is it for the DOJ to support local law enforcement like Las Vegas, to support the FBI who is investigating this, to put a strong face forward to make sure something like this doesn't continue?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously have to put out a strong message to counter any kind of criminal activity against Tesla. Or, you know, I think it should just be against any corporation that people don't agree with. Ultimately, they're going to provide tools and resources to local law enforcement as best they can. Here in Las Vegas, there's just a really good working relationship between the federal law enforcement entities and the local Las Vegas Metro Police and all the other local police departments that are in Las Vegas. Lots of information sharing. Again, you go into some of the more rural parts of our country or other parts of the country where there's a lot of information sharing in the big cities, but the rural side of the country, they probably, you know, that's where I think better information sharing would probably, you know, be best for those local cops with the federal government. So yeah, don't forget about your flyover states and the folks that are kind of in the middle, that are you know, in the rural part of our areas. But yeah, the DOJ and FBI, they understand, I think, that it's really important to offer up tools and support to local cops.
All right, Ashton Pack, thank you so much. And of course, no arrests have been made. We'll see if that changes, if anything happens this next week. Anything else that you'd like to note with this investigation or anything else before I let you go?
I just think it's, you know, I would kind of be interested to see the ultimate troll would be maybe charging people with environmental protection laws by, you know, you light these cars on fire, the lithium batteries explode, the firefighters have to douse it with water. I think ultimately it's not very pro-environment to torch a Tesla vehicle and to destroy that lithium battery.
Don't do it.
So, we'll be interested to see what ultimately happens in the prosecution, what kind of interesting charges that they can,
we got a like. Thank you for the like,
meet
man.
the elements of those environmental protection crimes. I think that would be kind of interesting on their end. So we'll see, though.
Yeah, we'll see what the charges, what the sentencing comes
down. We're just popping in. Welcome. We got Thunder Twin Force Cats. Arson is wrong.
Not yet in Las Vegas. All right.
It doesn't matter if you're Republican, a Democrat, whatever party you affiliate with. If you're doing this stuff, you need to go to jail.
Ashton, thank you so much.
Simple.
I appreciate your day.
Thunder Cat, how you doing, man?
Have a great Sunday here on Live.
Don't burn things. True. Do not burn things. Okay, so we watched that video. What other videos do we have here? Let's see. What have we missed that has gone on today? What have we missed here? Canadian Prime Minister slams President Trump's tariffs live. Let's see what he has to say.
We take care of a wide range of patient population. We're very rural. We are.
Okay. I don't want to see this commercial. There we go.
We are facing the most significant crisis of our lifetimes.
Sam Rhodes, what up, Sam?
Because of President Trump's unjustified trade actions and his threats to our sovereignty.
Okay.
Our response must be to build a strong economy and a more secure Canada. President Trump claims that Canada isn't a real country. He wants to break us.
Trump also likes to troll people, so, it is what it is. It is what it is.
So America can own us. We will not let that happen. We're over the shock
Twin
of the
and
betrayal,
Sam, how you doing, guys?
But we should never forget the lessons. We have to look out for ourselves. We have to look out for each other.
And we're looking out for ourselves. America's looking out for itself. We've been ripped off for a long time, and we're not getting ripped off anymore. We're all about the fair trade, guys. The fair trade.
Nous savons que nous devons veiller les unes sur les autres. Nous ne pouvons pas contrôler le président américain, mais nous pouvons contrôler notre destin. Nous sommes maîtres chez nous. We can control our destiny. We can have a new Canada built by us, for us.
Thunder Twin says we didn't vote for him. You talking about this guy? Mark Carney?
We can give ourselves more than any foreign government can take away. And the best way we can deal with...
Are you from Canada, man? Yeah, from what I understand, Trudeau stepped down, and then this guy became, like, I guess, the stand-in, but nobody actually voted for him.
With this crisis is to build...
I could be wrong.
...our strength here at home. And help people who will be hit hardest by these tariffs. That's the right thing to do. That's the fair thing to do.
Also, guys, real quick, shout out to everybody watching. We got 16,000 views the other night. Actually, I think it was 17,000 views. Almost 18. So shout out if you were watching. And, yeah, tonight should be pretty entertaining as well. So feel free to subscribe and join the conversation down below.
To do. That's the Canadian thing to do. That's what makes us strong. As part of that strategy, today I'm proposing a middle-class tax cut to help all working Canadians get ahead. We will cut the lowest income tax bracket by 1 percentage point.
Okay.
For a middle-class tax cut that will benefit a two-income family by up to $825 a year.
Thunder Twin says he was forced out and the Liberals voted him in Congress. Interesting.
Aujourd'hui, je propose de réduire les impôts pour la classe moyenne pour aider tous les travailleurs canadiens. Nous réduirons d'un point de pourcentage la tranche d'imposition la plus basse.
Also, guys, I asked in the chat, should we support Elon Musk? So far, it's 50-50. So vote on that poll. I'm interested in what you guys think. Are you a fan of Elon Musk? Vote on the poll we got going.
Cette réduction d'impôts pour la classe moyenne permettra de redonner 800 $25 à une famille de revenus.
It must be pretty cold in Canada. You can see his breath.
I'm asking Canadians for a strong,
You're not a
positive
fan?
mandate
You're not a fan
to
of
deal
Elon?
with President Trump.
I like Elon
And
Musk.
to build a new Canadian economy
Also, guys, how you like my
that
hat?
works for everyone. Because I know we need
I like
change.
my hat. Yeah.
Big change. Positive change.
We're getting some positive change here in America too, bro. Excuse me. Okay, what else we got? Just too much money for what? Elon? You think Elon has too much money? Israel strikes Hezbollah after violent attack. What else we got? Where does the Russian and Ukraine war stand amid ceasefire negotiations? I guess we could watch that one.
Welcome back. I'm Austin Westfall. Let's get the latest on the Russia-Ukraine war. National security analyst and retired Marine intelligence officer, host of the Strat podcast, Hal Kempfer, is standing by. Hal.
Well, the thing is, Thunder Twin, like he doesn't just have like a giant pile of cash. Like all of his wealth is tied up in his companies. Like it's in stock in his companies and stuff. He actually lives a pretty humble life. You know, he sold all his houses. He lives in like one house now. It's nothing like super fancy. He's just working all the time. And he's actually working for free for the government and helping out Trump. So it's not like he's just sitting on a giant pile of cash, just like buying Maseratis and Lamborghinis left and right. It's basically all invested back into his company. So
as always, it's good to see what I want.
But not everybody's a fan of Elon, and that's cool.
Is just take a
that's
wide,
cool. I personally like him. I think he's doing a good job. But other people don't.
We were just looking at this post from Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. He says he held a meeting of the military cabinet. This was posted today. The post gets cut off, but it does say at the bottom of it that they're.
I feel like we're getting close to ending the war in Ukraine. What do you guys think?
Preparing for a meeting between Ukrainian and American officials. It's going to take place tomorrow in Saudi Arabia. Before you and I talk about the past week of war and ceasefire negotiations, what are we looking at tomorrow?
Well, what we're looking at tomorrow with Saudi Arabia is it's almost like shuttle diplomacy. The U.S. is the mediator, if you will, and the Russians will be in one room in Riyadh, and the Ukrainians will be in another room, and they're literally going to go back and forth. It's like, okay, what's the Russian position? Run over to the Ukrainians. Okay, what's your counter proposal? What's the Ukrainian position? And so they're going to be they won't be meeting face to face, at least not initially, unless something changes. But they're going to be going back and forth trying to work this out. Kind of reminds you a little bit of what we're seeing with the Middle East and Doha.
We're going to get it figured out. We're going to get it taken care of. You guys watch.
Like the
US you guys watch.
And Israel.
Sam Rhodes says, name one lie. Just Trump tells a lot of lies. What lies? What lies?
Won't meet directly with Hamas, but we work with.
I hear this a lot. I always hear from people on the left, Trump's just lying. He's always lying. But then I ask, what is he lying about? And they're just like everything. But they never give me like an example. Jim, how's it going, man? Ultra MAGA. Welcome back, Jim, by the way. I think Sam Rhodes was here last night as well. Thunder Twins, are you brand new? I think Thunder Twins might be new. I don't know. If you're a returning subscriber, let me know in the chat, guys.
With the Egyptians and the Qataris.
But welcome back.
To do this kind of interlocutor sort of thing. So it'll be something like that. And they're going to be working on a number of things.
And thank you for liking the video, guys. I appreciate
it. With Russia right now, they are trying to get their sort of what they would call their minimalist objectives, which is they want to take those 4 provinces, those 4 oblasts that they have claimed there are Russian territory. Now, Putin has never really forsaken his maximalist objective, which is to take all of Ukraine completely and make it part of Russia. But that's kind of the going in thing. But the thing is that Russia doesn't completely occupy all of those territories. They occupy a lot of the territories, particularly in the Donbass. They occupy a lot, but not.
Well, Putin's not going to take over Ukraine. I mean, I guess he could try. He's currently trying. But I think we're going to get that war ended soonish, hopefully soonish.
All of it. Now, the other side is the Ukrainian side, which is, do they want to cede any territory?
And vote on the poll, guys.
Russia?
Should we support Elon Musk? Yes or no?
They say
we got 5 votes in the chat so far.
So there's a pretty big gap between those two. Now, with the first phase and what we're going to see this week is they're going to try and push for a comprehensive 30-day ceasefire, which should be freezing on the existing lines. That's what it should be. But there's still a lot of work to be done to get to that point.
A lot of work to be done.
So
We're working on it.
Past couple weeks has been a busy couple of weeks as it relates to this war. We keep hearing Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia. You know, my question here is, right now, where does the war stand? Let's just let everybody know what's going to be talked about tomorrow. We've heard of ceasefire negotiations relating to energy infrastructure. We know that the Ukrainians, at first we heard Russia would sign on for a 30-day or so temporary partial ceasefire, and then we heard that Ukraine would be okay with something similar to that. As it stands right now, is that partial ceasefire in place at this hour?
You guys think we're going to get a full ceasefire? I mean, we got that partial one that's going right now that they're like, we're not going to attack certain buildings or something like that, but it's not like a full-blown ceasefire. So you think that's going to happen anytime soon?
De facto, no. Rhetorically, maybe? I'm not quite sure. It's very strange. It looked like that both sides kind of agreed to. At first, it was going to be energy infrastructure would not be attacked. And then it was energy and infrastructure would not be attacked. And that was appeared to be, that was something that was put out by the White House. And then President Zelensky talked about energy and civilian infrastructure wouldn't be attacked. And those terms have never quite been reconciled. There's a big difference between saying energy infrastructure and energy and infrastructure. And then you have to define, what do you mean by infrastructure?
So, Sam, you're a fan of Elon?
What do you mean by energy? And I'll give you an example. Up in Kursk, there is a fueling station that was recently hit. The Russians are claiming that the Ukrainians did it to attack energy infrastructure, and it was a violation of
a mess.
Quote,
look at
ceasefire, which is not clear if it actually is a ceasefire.
It's going to take a long time to rebuild everything. That is a lot of rubble and steel and just everything to clean up. You're going to have to like demolish the stuff that wasn't fully knocked down, clean up all the rubble. That is a mess. It's going to take some time to like get that rebuilt. U.S. does give other countries money. They pay a lot, but there is no subsidy to Canada.
And the Ukrainians are saying, no, this is something Russia hit. By the way, they've been shelling this same fueling station all along. Well, is that
Roto-Rudy? Elon makes $58 million a day off us taxpayers.
Structure. Is it energy?
Welcome to the stream.
Is there really a ceasefire in place? That's part of the question on this. And of course, Russia has continued to attack things which are infrastructure and energy sites this last week. And Ukraine has also been attacking things which are what I would call energy infrastructure, such as major fuel or oil pumping stations.
Okay, so somebody in the chat said, who was it? Who was in the chat that said it? Roto-Rudy said Elon makes $58 million a day. So I looked up, how much money does Elon make per day? Elon Musk's daily earnings are highly variable and primarily tied to the performance of Tesla and SpaceX stock, with his compensation structure based on stock options tied to company milestones rather than fixed salary. Here's a breakdown. No fixed salary. Musk does not have a traditional salary from Tesla, but receives compensation through stock options linked to Tesla's market capitalization milestones. Daily earning fluctuations. His daily earning can vary significantly based on performance of Tesla and SpaceX stock and other factors. Examples of a single day gain. In 2021, Musk's compensation structure allowed him to earn an estimated $36 billion in a single day. Government contracts. Musk companies, particularly SpaceX, receive substantial funding from the U.S. government through contracts, loans, subsidies, and tax credits. Recent examples. In 2024, SpaceX received contracts worth $20 billion from the U.S. government. Net worth surges. Okay. Daily net worth increases. In 2024, Musk's net worth increased by an estimated $554.64 million a day. Okay, so... Yeah. So, yeah, we have the government is giving him contracts and stuff, but that makes sense because, like, if SpaceX, for example, like, aside from NASA, SpaceX is like the #1 space program out there. So why wouldn't the government pay to have the #1 space, program on our side? Why would we be buying stuff from, the person who's like in 3rd place or 4th place or 5th place? We would be buying the best. And it just so happens Elon's stuff is the best. It works the best. So it makes sense that the U.S. government is like giving him contracts and stuff. I don't see why that's a problem.
Depots, if you will. The other thing too is, Ukraine has also been attacking a number of things. They have a very long-range drone, which is very capable of going about 600 miles into the country, and they also have a longer-range cruise missile. It's a modification of their original anti-ship Neptune C missile, but that goes several hundred miles, and both of those have put a lot of new targets in Russia as things that could be hit, and these are not.
If you're just popping in, guys, we're watching different news videos and reacting. I'm reading your guys' comments in the chat, so if you got something to say, feel free to drop a comment down below. This video is about the Russia and Ukraine war, and if there's going to be like a ceasefire happening anytime soon.
Subject to a U.S. freeze on aid or anything like that. These are homegrown, home-produced missiles and drones from Ukraine itself. So Russia's looking at this, and part of the pressure on Russia is they better do something soon, because all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of things that are energy infrastructure, energy and infrastructure in Russia that can now be hit by the Ukrainians. Now for Ukraine, they've always been targeted.
NASA landed on the moon. Elon only dreams he could do that. I mean, well, Elon's trying to get people on Mars. It's weird that please explain. Read that comment. Okay.
With all those things by Russia, but it's starting to kind of even up those scales, and that's part of Putin's pressure, is to get something in place which will cease to have all those targets in Russia be hit as they have been over the last week or two.
So what's your gut feeling? Does it feel like a total ceasefire is something that could actually happen in the near future?
It's possible.
I
would say this next week. By the time we get to Friday, I would not rule out that they could have an agreement for a
we might have an agreement.
Ceasefire.
It could happen.
It could happen. Anything much longer than that. Russia's talked about they want a total peace agreement, but when Russia says a peace agreement, I'm not sure if they're spelling it PEACE or PIECE, because what they want is they want more pieces of Ukraine added on to what they have. And I don't think that Ukraine is going to cede that anytime real soon. That might be part of a longer-term discussion or negotiation. But there's just a lot to get to. But a 30-day ceasefire, that's very possible that that this particular shuttle diplomacy thing in Riyadh could actually put something in place. A lot of pressure by the Trump White House to make this happen. And certainly Ukraine wants to keep the aid flowing. They want to keep the intelligence flow going. So, yeah, I think that's it's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's definite, but I think
it's possible. You guys think it's possible that we're going to get a ceasefire soon with Russia and Ukraine? I think we're the closest we've been to getting some real peace going at the moment. Like, I think this is the closest we've been in probably 3 years since the war started. I think we're getting close.
There's a lot of
fingers crossed.
Hopefully it happens. A lot of interest on all sides to make this happen sooner rather than later.
Why is there interest on the Russian side to make something like this happen?
I think for Russia, they feel the need to do something. And actually for Russia, a 30-day, in their minds, a 30-day ceasefire is a chance to regroup, rearm, a lot of other things that they need to do on the front lines. Their troops are exhausted. They've been using them as basically cannon fodder on the front line. So they would use this basically for tactical objective, to reposition troops, to reinforce troops, to do something. So at the end of 30 days, they could go into the attack. Now, with that said, Ukraine will also be using that 30 days to regroup, rearm, replenish its forces on the front line.
Also, guys, do me a favor, smash that like button if you're enjoying the live stream, and drop a comment if you have not.
In full expectation of an attack. And it's also possible that Ukraine, at the end of 30 days, may also push off an offensive. That's something I can't rule out. Of course, the goal by the White House is that this 30-day ceasefire leads to a full peace agreement or a longer-term truce that goes beyond the 30 days. But we'll see. Right now, Putin certainly doesn't appear to feel any great pressure to concede anything in order to make this happen. And at some point, Russia's going to have to make concessions. So far, they really haven't made much in the way of concessions. I can't really think of anything that they've really conceded so far. So there's areas that have to be covered. There's a lot of things that have to be figured out before you'll see an agreement in place.
Real quick before we go, Hal, what's going on with the Strat podcast this week? What do you have coming up?
So, I don't know. I feel like we're getting close. Maybe not. What else we got over on the side? What we learned from the new JFK files.
Welcome back. I'm Austin Westfall. Historians and researchers are continuing to learn more from and draw conclusions about the huge trove of files related to the JFK assassination.
The
A big point of
JFK
focus is the
files.
CIA. In fact, one of the world's leading experts on the assassination now believes that there is sufficient evidence to conclude definitively that the CIA did have a role in JFK's murder. And there's still new information for you to view online today. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of...
Wait, Sam Rhodes says they didn't land on the moon 6 years ago. It didn't happen. You don't think we landed on the moon? Do you think it was fake? Did it happen on like a movie set with miniatures and everything? Or did it actually happen? What do you guys think? Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask the chat. I'm going to start a poll. So I'm going to end this poll real quick. And I'm going to ask... was the moon landing fake? Was the moon landing fake? All right, you guys can vote on it in the chat. This should be interesting. Bring up the chat for you. There we go.
National Intelligence says that an additional 13,000 plus unredacted pages were put on the National Archives website today. These files were previously only available in person. Presidential historian and author James Robinault's latest JFK piece for Vanity Fair came out today. He's here. James, you've made it clear that it will take time to piece together the jigsaw puzzle that's now available to us. Are more connections being made as the days go by?
Yeah, and the one thing I will say is that there were a lot of people, including on Tuesday night when the documents dropped, that were saying, oh, there's nothing there. It's a nothing burger. There's nothing to see. Oswald did it. No smoking guns. If you go online, you'll see that all over the place. And the first question you should have for somebody who does that is, it's 80,000 pages. How can you possibly
80,000
say
pages?
that? And number two, it's spycraft. You know, this is the CIA, and it has code names throughout it. It's got all of these various feints and the things that spies do that you have to, you know, go through and really understand it. And then you have to understand the big picture. So what people are finding out as they get into this, who really know what they're talking about, there are real clues that the CIA was pretty deeply involved in whatever happened here with the Cuban exiles. And some people are concluding that the CIA was involved in the murders. So it's not done lightly. These people have been studying this for decades, and a lot of them very intensely for the last 10 years. So the thing I would say to start off is that people who think there's nothing there don't know what they're talking about, and they don't have enough information even to know what they're reading.
So Jefferson Morley, that's the person you consider to be the reigning expert on JFK files. He believes there is sufficient evidence to conclude definitively that the CIA had a role in JFK's murder. What does a role mean? Big, small role? What do we know?
Well, I think what he essentially segregated was this intentional conduct by the CIA, or was it malfeasance? Because the evidence shows they knew what Oswald was up to. They knew about him. They were monitoring him. Then they lied to the Warren Commission about it. So why? And in addition, They knew what their office in Miami was doing with the CIA exiles.
If we're just popping in, guys, we are watching some videos about the JFK files. I also asked in the chat, was the moon landing fake? So far, 3 votes, and 100% of the people that voted think the moon landing was fake. That's kind of interesting. So yeah, if you're just popping in, drop some comments down below. Let us know what you think about the moon landing, the JFK files, what's going on in the world. We're just bouncing around to different news stories, so feel free to chime in down below. And if you're brand new, welcome to the channel.
They had trained them as paramilitaries. They knew those people hated JFK. And so what he essentially says is, I don't think this was just accidental or malfeasance. And the main guy in the center of all of it was a guy named James Jesus Angleton, kind of a famous guy in CIA lore. But he says, you know, this guy didn't do anything by accident. He was following Oswald. He had a 181-page dossier on his desk the day of the assassination. This was no accident. So he believes that there has to be intentional conduct. Whether the CIA actually approved an assassination, whether they were involved in it, or whether they stood by and watched it knowingly, he thinks they knew and that they have a role that they played in it. So it's quite fascinating, Austin.
So given that, that makes me wonder about Lee Harvey Oswald. How does he fit into all this if there is, in fact, a conspiracy afoot?
So there's one book, and you remember I told you when you asked me several times who should we rely on, and I said Jefferson Morley and this group out of Mary Farrell. And it turns out Representative Luna, who's going to have a hearing, which we can talk about on April 1, Jefferson Morley is going to be her first person that she calls. So that's a good sign to me that she's reaching out to the right people. But there are 2 other guys who've been affiliated with Mary Farrell very closely, written a lot about this.
Like, there's people that research this, like, that's their whole job. Like, they just research the JFK files, and they've been doing it for years and years and years. It seems to me like that would be a very boring job. But I don't know.
Who wrote a book, and I used it actually to hold my microphone. It's this. It's called The Oswald Puzzle. It's a fascinating book because these guys look at Oswald and they say, well, what was he doing? And they give a very historical, here's what happened. And then they say, and now on the last third of the book, we're going to speculate based on everything we know of what we think happened. And frankly, they don't think he had anything to do with the assassination. He didn't even know it was happening until it did happen. And then he knew he had been framed by some of these Cuban exiles who were saying they were...
Was the moon landing fake? Let's look this up, guys. Let's take a deep dive. The moon landing, world's greatest hoax, free document. Okay, let's hit the play button, see what happens.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
50 years on, the feud continues, as a surprising number of people still believe that we never landed on the moon.
We never landed on the moon.
The question lies at the heart of one of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. A theory born from an era of global suspicion, political mistrust, and fake news.
The whole Apollo program was a complete fabrication.
Any idea could have been hoaxed is, quite frankly, insane.
But when put to the test, can we unlock the scientific truth? And once and for all,
the scientific
put these conspiracy theories to rest.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'm trying to speed run this a little bit. The greatest hoax.
In the 21st century, one of the greatest achievements in history still remains a source of controversy.
Controversy.
It's one small step for man.
One giant leap for mankind.
Did the Apollo moon landings really happen? Or were they the biggest hoax of all time?
The biggest
Trevor
hoax of
Weaver
all time.
has dedicated years of research to the Apollo missions and was once a supporter of the moon landings.
We didn't go.
Why they lie to us? I mean, there are multiple like countries trying to get to the moon first, right? So, I mean, they could have tried to fake it to make it seem like we got there first, so the other people would give up. I don't know. There's lots of conspiracy theories out there. I think we actually went to the moon. I don't think it was fake, but it's been
an established fact.
There's
NASA
been
provided
conspiracy
all
theories
the
about it for years.
Topographical data they had, all the photographs, all the massive models, just Stanley
And
Kubrick,
welcome to the stream, by the way.
So they could actually fake moon scenes.
Could the moon landings actually have been faked by Hollywood director Stanley Kubrick?
Stanley Kubrick?
The history books say otherwise. That Apollo 11 astronaut Edwin Buzz Aldrin spent 3 days traveling to the moon and was the first to follow Neil Armstrong's historic
I mean, it looks
footsteps.
pretty real to me.
Beautiful view. Isn't that something?
I'm totally in favor of freedom of speech. But I think people need to be responsible when they think about intentionally, for their own benefit, misleading the young people who are the future leaders of our world.
Moon conspiracy theorists have been a small but persistent.
I think we need to put a base on the moon. Let's put a Walmart and a McDonald's on the moon. How about that? Anybody think that would be a good idea?
And vocal group. Over the years, often confronting and accusing astronauts of lying.
Right, real quick, I asked the chat, was the moon landing fake? And we're currently watching a documentary about it. 4 people that voted think the moon landing was fake. 100% of the people that voted think it was fake. Vote on the poll we got in the chat, guys. I'm curious what you guys think.
In 2002, when conspiracy theorist Bart Sibrel buttonholed Buzz Aldrin, his temper got the better of him.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black if ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself. Away from me. You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
Whoa.
The punch stirred a generation less trusting of traditional media, more open to believing fake news and theories spread on the internet, and revived the moon landings hoax theories.
There was a base on the moon. Sam says, just like JKS Assassin, do you know how hard it would be to hit a target when it's moving? Oh, JFK?
NASA never realized that we would have something called the internet. It's only now, when all those videos are available, that people can see what the problem is.
Also, guys, smash that like button.
I think
like Spike in chat.
propagation of so-called fake news, the spread, which is very welcome, of access to the internet, means that we have far more sources than we used to. There is a real crisis in understanding the strength of those sources. People often have some kind of distrust of authority, governments, and so on, and they assume that there's some kind of plot to keep the information from us, that actually the propaganda victory of going to the moon could be based on something that was entirely fabricated.
But if the Apollo missions were...
Could it all be propaganda? Could it all be fake? We don't know. We don't know. 100% of the people that voted in the chat say it's fake. I don't know, guys.
It would mean
I don't
NASA
know.
had
I think
managed
it was.
to
I
keep
think
one
it's
of
real.
the biggest secrets ever created. 50 years ago,
Look at those
the Soviet
rockets.
Union and the USA were locked in a struggle for global dominance. Then, on October the 4th, 1957, the Soviets launched Sputnik, the world's first satellite, into orbit. A breakthrough that hit America hard and made the race to space even more crucial.
There's no doubt that the space race in the 1960s was driven by superpower rivalry. There was a degree of anxiety.
Sam says, do you trust your government? I think the government's been corrupt for a long time. I think we're trying to get rid of the corruption, but there's always going to be people out there that are just, trying to do bad things for whatever reason. But I think Washington and the government's been corrupt for a while, but we're trying to get it back on track. We're trying.
In the West about the advancement in Soviet technology.
Do you think that suffering is an energy that is accumulated in the U.S. and needs to be discharged like lightning is an electricity that accumulates until it is discharged? I don't know.
Technology and feeling that the West somehow had lost its leadership and needed to catch up.
Interesting question.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are
hard. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
At the peak of the Apollo program, NASA employed 400,000 people. But was putting a man on the moon so important that the United States government faked it?
Look at all those
If
computers,
so,
bro.
A legion of NASA employees not only participated in the deception, but they kept the secret from the rest of the world.
Like all those computers you just saw, like they would have rooms of computers. And now it's like your phone is more powerful than all of those computers put together. It's crazy.
That was such a seminal event that it wasn't just about the mission itself, but the way that that influenced wider life. You know, people began to think, oh, we can do space travel. We can actually go to other worlds.
We can go to other worlds, baby. We can go to other worlds. Let's do it.
On July the 16th,
we're going to Mars next, boys.
The 3 Apollo 11 astronauts
we're colonizing Mars.
Prepared for liftoff. But while the world eagerly awaited for history to be made, one man was already skeptical. During the 1960s, Bill Kaysing was the head of technical publications for Rocketdyne, the company that helped manufacture the Apollo rockets. Kaysing, who claimed he had access to some of its top-secret documents, questioned the competence of the Apollo project.
I'm more of a dog person myself.
They weren't in the command capsule at launch. They did a little bit of a magician act with the astronauts. They went up the elevator, but they came down the elevator. In other words, they did not want to risk the lives of the astronauts.
So this guy thinks it's fake.
Saturn blew up.
An explosive claim, which Kaysing...
If you're just popping in, guys, we're trying to figure out if the moon landing was fake. We got a poll going in the chat. So far, 100% of the people that voted think the moon landing was fake. We're watching a documentary about the moon landing, and if it was fake or not. What do you guys think? Chime in down below in the chat. Let us know.
Said the CIA tried to silence by making 3 attempts on his life. Like Kaysing, Marcus Allen, British publisher of Nexus, a magazine of alternative politics, history, and science, also questions NASA's engineering capability at the time of the launches.
The problem is the whole Apollo program was a complete fabrication in order to be seen to succeed in the Cold War. The myth of Apollo...
So this guy also thinks it was fake.
NASA back from future space travel. It's a tragedy. We didn't go the first time, we can't go now, we've never been. They lied to us.
But if NASA didn't put a man on the moon, it would have had to fake the evidence. And its own visual images have done the most to fuel conspiracy theories.
Okay.
Every photograph taken on the lunar surface is online. 5,771. Some of them are not particularly good. Some are out of focus. Some are light struck. Some just don't show very much of interest. And some of them are very good indeed. And it's the very good ones I question. I do not believe they were taken on the moon. They were taken here on Earth.
Conspiracy theorists believe NASA faked all 6 of the Apollo moon landings and point to these NASA photographs.
They think they faked all 6 moon landings? Not just one, all 6? Bro, that seems like a bit of a stretch to me.
As proof. Some of the most renowned claims suggest that areas lit from behind should be in dark shade, when in fact, they reveal full detail. In others, the shadows don't run parallel. Is this because they were lit by separate sources, suggesting film lighting? Despite being taken in space, no stars are visible in any of the Apollo photographs. Gravity on the moon is 1/6 of that on Earth, but when archive footage is sped up, the astronauts appear to be running at normal speed in Earth's gravity. And with no atmosphere on the moon, why does the flag seem to wave in a breeze?
Interesting. Very interesting.
For the purpose of this program, we filmed an experiment on a lunar set built in the Trona Pinnacles in the Californian desert.
Okay, this should be interesting.
To challenge the hoax theories and put these claims to the test.
So I guess they're trying to see if they can recreate the footage that was taken on the moon on a film set.
By testing some of the most famous conspiracy arguments and addressing new evidence, can we put the lunar hoax theories to rest once and for all?
This is Apollo Control Houston at 105 hours. Now into the flight Apollo 11.
People all over the world were eagerly tuned in to the historic event.
That would have, I mean, everybody in the world was watching this happen. Like they were glued to their television sets. This was before cell phones. So everyone just like, you know, they stopped working. They're watching the TV. They're waiting for this to happen. That's crazy. This is a big moment in history.
Astronomer Sir Patrick Moore reported the mission live on British television.
Roto says Kubrick filmed 2001 Space Odyssey before the moon landing. Kubrick might have directed moon landing from Earth. I mean, I guess it's a possibility. Stardust Girl says this is absolutely 100% not true. They did land on the moon. The flipping flag is on the moon. I agree, Stardust Girl. I think that we landed on the moon. There's some people in chat that think we didn't. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that think we didn't land on the moon and that it was all fake. So we're watching a documentary about the moon landing and if it was a hoax or not. I feel like at the end of this, they're not going to be able to tell us because they're just, I don't know. I feel like we did, but I guess there is evidence and some reasons why we may have tried to fake it. But I personally think it actually happened. But yeah, we're just kind of exploring.
We've dreamed about going to other worlds.
But Stardust Girl, welcome to the chat.
It had been done. And of course, it was an exciting time and also a very tense one.
This is a really good documentary. I'm gonna have to watch more videos from these people.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
There was some amateur radio enthusiasts.
Metal Man says there's no way that it was faked. It would be way too expensive to replicate.
Who built a very large dish and were able to actually listen in to the astronauts talking from the moon's surface. They didn't hear mission control. They were able to pick up just the astronauts by themselves.
Ian Morrison witnessed the event from a unique perspective. A student at the Jodrell Bank Radio...
Well, thanks for popping in, Sam. Have a good night, bro.
...telescope near Manchester, England. He took advantage of the facilities.
That is a big telescope. Holy crap.
Of his own accord.
That thing is giant.
I should say that we were not officially tracking the Apollo craft. We were doing this for fun, our own fun and our own interest.
Houston, Apollo 11 entered and gave us a magnificent ride.
We could hear the whole conversation of the astronauts all the way down to the surface. They were obviously highly excited, and it must have been wonderful as they sort of literally reached the surface.
Out my left-hand window right now, I can observe the entire continent of North America.
Metal Man says, considering the technology back then, you can watch the dirt fall off the shoes at a slow rate. Do me a favor, guys. Smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't. We're watching the moon landing documentary. Trying to figure out if it was fake or not.
And then Neil's voice came through. The eagle has landed. And that for me was a minute of intense relief. And since I'm on the air live, I had to watch what I said.
It's one small step for man.
One giant leap for mankind.
In 1969, the public had little reason to question mankind's historic first step on the moon. After all, the achievement was a celebration of technological supremacy. America had finally won the space race.
Where's the dust clouds when landing on the moon? Oh.
Mankind's first steps on the moon have become the epicenter of hoax theories.
The epicenter.
Conspiracy theorists claim NASA faced a formidable challenge with its primitive 1960s technology. Just 14 months before the Apollo 11 mission, Neil Armstrong test-piloted a prototype lunar lander. The result was disastrous.
Unfortunately, it went out of his control, and luckily he was able to eject before it crashed in flames.
Whoa, that doesn't look good.
If they couldn't get a simulator to work on Earth, how in the world could they get the actual lunar module to work on the moon?
And of course I knew both Neil and Buzz. There was no provision for rescue. Had they made a faulty landing, they couldn't have got back. And that would have been too ghastly to contemplate.
Conspiracy theorists question not only the technical capabilities of the landing craft, but also the computing power that guided it.
The computing
they
power?
Didn't have the technology to do it. And the risk is too great. They could not afford to risk failure. They wouldn't allow themselves to rely on science and technology to get them there.
Pat Norris is a former space system and software engineer, hired by NASA to analyze the challenges of navigating to the moon and back.
Calculator technology.
Computers didn't really exist. But by the mid-1960s, computers were available that were powerful enough to do the calculations needed for such a complicated mission. Of course, by comparison with today's computers, they were very primitive.
While these advancements should surely encourage a new line of missions, conspiracy...
If you're just popping in, guys, we are watching a documentary about the moon landing, trying to figure out if it was fake or not. A lot of people in the chat think it was fake. So far, 60% of people that voted think it was fake, and 40% say no, it wasn't. I believe it was real. But yeah, we're watching this documentary and trying to figure it out.
Theorists
so welcome to the stream, guys.
To question
Hope you hit that subscribe button.
Gone in the first place.
And drop a comment down there.
1960s here, when computers occupied rooms. The sort of computing power that you have in a mobile phone today would be greater than the computing power that was alleged to have been used to land man on the moon.
One of the reasons that we had difficulty in navigating close to the moon was that the computers available weren't able to provide a sufficiently detailed mathematical model of the moon's gravity. Perhaps there wasn't enough information, but even if there had been enough information, the computers probably wouldn't have been able to cope with it. They were adequate for the mission at the time, but only just.
Oh, we got a content ID claim, guys. We might have to stop watching the video, unfortunately. They're like, that's our video. You can't be playing that. I think we got a content ID claim, guys. So we might have to stop watching this documentary. That's really good, though. I'm gonna subscribe to these guys. Free documentary history. They almost have 1 million subscribers. So we'll go back to the news, I guess. Let me go back to the news. One second. Am I still live, guys? Can you still see me? Can you still see me? Let me know in the comment section if I'm still live. It's going to let me actually do this. News. Let's go with this one.
Now to the investigation into the death of a former federal prosecutor in Virginia. Police responded to reports of an unresponsive woman and found 43-year-old Jessica Aber at a home in Alexandria, Virginia.
Stardust Girl says America has always been good at the impossible. I agree. Uh-oh. Yeah. So we got a content ID strike. I guess they didn't want me using their video. They didn't want me using it, guys. Lilu, watching from New Zealand. What up, Lilu? Shout out to Lilu, guys. She is a channel member, so she hit the join button, and that's why her name is green, and she has a cool little emoji next to her name. Thank you again, Lilu, for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. If you guys want to help support the channel, you can hit the join button as well. You get access to perks, members-only chat, stuff like that. But Lilu, how you been? It's been a while. All the way from New Zealand. That's pretty cool.
Virginia. She served as U.S. attorney for most of the Biden administration and then resigned the day President Trump took office. More now from ABC's Alex
Former
Boucher.
U.S. attorney found dead. That's
Tonight,
not good.
An investigation into the tragic and unexpected death of a former U.S. attorney in Virginia.
Any additional units could...
That's not good. What else is going on in the news here? World news. Let's see what the world news is happening. ABC World News Tonight with David Murr broadcast. Let's watch some of that.
Tonight, millions are on alert for severe weather from a cross-country storm. Pope Francis is out of the hospital and back at the Vatican, facing a long recovery ahead. And the U.S. resumes deportation flights to Venezuela.
How are things going in New Zealand, though? Any crazy news happening over there?
We begin with that dangerous storm system moving across the country. After a week of storms and wildfires,
severe
millions are
weather
now on alert
alert
for high winds
millions.
and snow in the upper Midwest.
That's not good.
Severe storms are likely in the south, and the East Coast will start the work week with heavy rain.
Jim says Ultra Mega Arizona. Arizona is red. Welcome, Jim.
Our team is tracking it all. Pope Francis leaves a hospital in Rome in a wheelchair after 5 harrowing weeks. The Pope with a thumbs up and a weak voice addressing the faithful. What we've learned about his recovery from double pneumonia and what those in the Vatican say about his visibility going forward. Venezuela agrees to resume accepting deportation flights carrying migrants who are in the U.S. illegally. This comes after the Trump administration sent hundreds of Venezuelans
So we're resuming
to a
flights
notorious
to
prison
Venezuela?
in El Salvador. And sources tell ABC News the IRS is now close to a deal to help ICE locate immigrants targeted for deportation. Also tonight, a former U.S. attorney is found dead in her Virginia
That's too
home.
bad.
The medical examiner is now investigating the cause. Jessica Aber was just 43 years old and handled national security and financial fraud cases,
really young
but
still.
resigned when President Trump started his second term. The search for suspects in a mass shooting in Houston. At least 6 people are injured after gunfire erupted at what police describe
Everyone
as an
from here
after-hours bar.
is
and
watching
arresting a
you in
deadly
USA.
shooting in New Mexico. The embarrassing reason a United Airlines jet bound for China was forced to divert to another airport in California, plus shocking video of a high school basketball coach pulling a player's ponytail. Tonight, he's out of a job.
What?
March
Good, they
Madness
fired
games
that guy.
going
Good.
right down to the wire. Could
That's
the
not
defending
okay.
national champions upset a #1 seed? And America strong tonight.
Alilu, do people in New Zealand think Canada is going to become the 51st state? I'm curious.
The nurse who helps patients facing a difficult diagnosis, for her, the fight is personal.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this busy Sunday. I'm Lindsay Davis. A severe weather threat as we come on the air tonight. A tornado watch is in effect for portions of Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky. And soaking rain is...
Anybody live in those states? I would not want to live in a state that has tornadoes. That'd be crazy. That'd be kind of intense.
moving into the Northeast, and winter weather alerts from Minnesota to Maine. But we begin with a welcome sight for millions of Catholics around the globe. Pope Francis out of the hospital and back at the Vatican tonight. The pontiff in a wheelchair seen greeting the faithful from a balcony at his hospital in Rome.
Everybody in New Zealand is backing Canada.
This is his first public appearance after 5 weeks in the hospital battling double pneumonia and other respiratory issues. The 88-year-old now faces a long convalescence. Doctors say he'll need 2 months of rest. This is the most serious health crisis of his 12-year papacy. ABC's Inez de la Quatara leads us off tonight.
Tonight, after weeks of waiting and worry, the moment so many had been praying for.
Viva Canada.
Pope Francis appearing in a wheelchair from a balcony at Rome's Gemelli Hospital, waving and smiling. His first public appearance since he was first hospitalized 5 weeks ago. The 88-year-old leader to over 1 billion Catholics worldwide, addressing the crowd gathered below. His voice weak.
If you're just popping in, guys, welcome to the stream. We were watching a documentary about the moon landing, but then we got flagged for copyright, so we had to stop watching it, unfortunately. But it was very interesting. Part of that video might be disabled. I'm not sure. But we did ask the question in the chat, do you think the moon landing was fake? So far, 55% say yes, it was, and 45% say no. So it's kind of half and half. That's interesting. So let me change the title of this video. goes. Okay, there we go. Change the title. And I'm also going to turn on members only chat for a little while. That is one of the perks of being a member. If anybody wants to become a member, you can hit the join button down below like Lilu did in the chat. So I'm going to turn that on just for a little while. So feel free to drop comments if you are a member on the channel. Lilu is. So Lilu, how's the economy going over in over where you live? It's where'd you say you live? New Zealand. New Zealand is a very beautiful place. Isn't that where they filmed that's where they filmed Lord of the Rings, right? I think it was New Zealand. Beautiful. I would love to visit New Zealand one day. Also Australia would be cool. But yeah, New Zealand is very beautiful. It's okay. The economy's okay. I feel like our economy's starting to move in the right direction, kind of. Kind of. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let me see if I can pull up the other members we got on the channel. Let me see here. Because I want to give a shout out to... Well, you guys can see their names. They're scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. I believe it's Lilu, Adzaloni, Broken, and Little Bean Man. I believe they are the channel members currently. So if you become one, you get your name down there as well. That's another perk. So if you want to see your name up there. But I don't have to work tomorrow or the next day, so I get Monday and Tuesdays off. So I'm probably going to be live streaming throughout the day, maybe playing some Fortnite and video games as well. Like Australia, we're dollar currency as well. Makes sense. That makes sense. Also, we got 5 likes on this video. Thank you for smashing that like button, guys. I appreciate it. My nose itches. I don't know why my nose itches. I got a rice cooker the other day. Made me some rice. I forgot to clean it, though, so I got to wash that. Because I might have some rice tomorrow. I am a fan of rice and veggies. I do love me some rice and veggies. Trying to eat more vegetables, you know?
Sì, a tutti. E vedo questa signora con I fiori gialli.
But double pneumonia is pretty rough.
The Pope then discharged and heading back to his Vatican residence.
Let's skip ahead a little
Easter
bit.
is right around the corner, but it's still unclear whether Francis... Look at the radar. Wind and snow in the upper Midwest. Chicago seeing gusts up to 50 miles per hour through midnight, with heavy rain falling in the Ohio Valley.
How's the weather over in New Zealand, Lilu?
In the south, a tornado watch now in effect from northern Mississippi to southwestern Kentucky until 11 p.m. Central. Taking a closer look at that threat through tonight, which extends over to East Texas, tornadoes are possible, but the more widespread concerns are damaging wind gusts and large hail with storms that fire up after sunset. Overnight, the system slides east, reaching the I-95 corridor just in time for the Monday morning commute. Mainly rain for Philadelphia and New York City. But snow is possible for the north into New England. Rough start to the work week for many. Lindsay?
Where is spring when you need it? All right, Danny,
The weather's been pretty nice here in Idaho.
We move on now to the immigration crackdown. Venezuela is set to resume accepting U.S. deportation flights. This is after the Trump administration sent hundreds of Venezuelans to a notorious prison in El Salvador, and as the administration remains locked in a standoff with a federal judge over the issue. Here's ABC's senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang.
Tonight, Venezuela resumes accepting U.S. deportation flights, reversing course after the Trump administration invoked a wartime law from 1798 to deport hundreds of Venezuelan migrants with little or no due process.
Okay, interesting.
Those migrants now in a notorious prison in El Salvador. Venezuela's government saying, "We will not rest until we achieve the return of all those in need and rescue our brothers kidnapped in El Salvador." Those planes landed in El Salvador despite federal judge Boasberg ordering them to turn around. The judge warning there will be consequences if he finds the Trump administration violated his order. But Trump's border czar Tom Homan defiant.
I don't care what that judges think as far as this case. We're going to continue to arrest public safety threats.
Homan refusing to explain how the administration determined the migrants were gang members, but confirming they will abide by the courts.
Well, sure. The bottom line.
We get 4 seasons in a day down here in, it's still summer here. Nice. 4 seasons in a day. So the weather changes pretty quick in New Zealand.
Is that plane was full of people designated as terrorists.
This as President Trump calls for the impeachment of Judge Boasberg, claiming he's biased. The administration will be in court on Monday to try and throw him off the case. Trump sharing this photo of Judge Boasberg with former second gentleman Doug Emhoff at a mock trial in 2022 with the caption, "Such a conflict of interest." But it's not unusual for judges to be with politicians at civic education events. And Trump himself.
All right, we're going to switch back we're going to go to subscriber chat now. So if you are a subscriber, you'll be able to leave a comment. So if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Let me turn subscriber mode on. 1 second. Subscriber mode is turned on and boom. So if you're a subscriber, you will be able to leave a comment. So feel free to do that in the chat.
Was recently photographed with sitting Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch in the Oval Office. As Republicans line up behind Trump, Democrats attempt to fight back. Leading the charge, 83-year-old Bernie Sanders and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
We're not going to let you undermine the democracy that men and women in this country have fought and died for.
The pair drawing tens of thousands at rallies in Arizona and Colorado. Sanders speaking exclusively to our John Carl.
And we're not going to sit back and allow him to form an authoritarian form of society, undermining
any
the
Bernie
Constitution,
Sanders fans out there?
freedom of speech, freedom of assembly.
Selena joins us now. Selena, how might the Trump administration use taxpayer data in its immigration crackdown?
Well, Lindsay, sources tell us that the IRS is getting close to reaching an agreement with Immigration and Customs Enforcement to share data. So this would allow immigration officials to use sensitive taxpayer data to confirm the names and addresses of suspected undocumented immigrants. Lindsay?
All right, Selena Forrest from the White House. Thanks so much. Now to the investigation into the death of a former federal prosecutor in Virginia. Police responded to reports of an unresponsive woman and found 43-year-old Jessica Aber at a home in Alexandria, Virginia.
Too bad.
She served as U.S. attorney for most of the Biden administration and then resigned the day President Trump took office. This surveillance video shows people running from the gunfire. 6 men were injured and at least 4 of them are in critical condition. The new details coming in tonight and the new developments in that deadly shooting at an unsanctioned car rally in New Mexico. Here's ABC's Melissa Adon.
Tonight, a manhunt underway in Houston after 6 people were wounded, 4 critically, in a shooting at this sports bar, which officials say was operating illegally after hours.
Nightclub callers advising individuals firing into the location.
Police responding to reports of shots fired around 3 a.m. Surveillance video showing people frantically fleeing the scene. Officials believe an argument between 2 people escalated into gunfire. One man seen pointing a weapon towards the entrance of the club.
I got a male shot on the neck and another one shot on the arm.
Authorities releasing images of 2 men they believe are suspects seen driving a black Toyota Corolla at the scene. Police say the club should not have been open, saying it was serving alcohol past 2 a.m. without a permit.
Establishments like this that harbor within our city contribute to crime, that harbors the DWIs and the assaults. And this is exactly what we saw here tonight.
It comes comes as 4 suspects have now been arrested in a separate mass shooting in Las Cruces, New Mexico Friday night that left 3 dead and 15 wounded at an unsanctioned car rally. Authorities charging 20-year-old Tomas Rivas, 2 17-year-old juveniles, and a 15-year-old with 3 counts of murder each. Shaquan Hextall says he was at that car show when the gunfire erupted.
Can you describe the moment that things went wrong?
I heard the pops start going off, and I'm thinking that someone's car, like their exhaust backfiring. So once the gunfire stopped, I'm looking around and I see the bodies on the ground.
Lindsay, Houston and Las Cruces police are still investigating and also looking into any active leads. This as they ask for the public's help in asking them to send any photos or videos from either of those shootings. Lindsay?
Melissa, thank you. Overseas now to a grim milestone in Gaza. More than 50,000 Palestinians have died since the start of the war. The stunning video captured a strike on a building in Gaza City.
Oh, crap.
People fleeing for safety. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister...
That ain't good. Okay, so we're gonna pause the news for a second, and we're gonna open up Steam, and we're gonna see what sales they got going over on the Steam charts, because this is also a gaming channel for those of you that didn't know. Let's see what's going on over here. A lot of games on sale. I think we're gonna just hop in and try to play a game. Let's see here. What should we play? I think we might play some Wait, Proteus isn't installed on this computer? What do you mean it's not installed over here? American Truck Simulator. That's a good one. Let's go with... What game do you think I should play, guys? What game do you think I should play? Let's just install this real quick. Let's put it on my SSD. Install. It's only a gig and some change. Too many people got guns. Arma 3. I don't have Arma 3, unfortunately. Sploger. Welcome to the stream, though, by the way, man. Welcome to the stream, though. How's your night going? I gotta update all these. Got a lot of games to update. I'll definitely be doing some more gaming tomorrow. I like watching the news, but sometimes I just like playing some games and chatting with the subscribers too, you know? Stream was interrupted. Okay, reading. Okay, my stream was interrupted. It says, what exactly does that mean? I got a copyright notice or something. Okay, reading your comments. The stream was interrupted. Okay, longer being streamed. Streams are automatically re-enabled. Okay, interesting. Okay. I also got some Bluetooth glasses today. I'm doing a review for Amazon. So here's what they look like. They're really nothing fancy. This is what super inexpensive Bluetooth glasses look like. There's like speakers right here. I guess it's only like 4 hours of playback time at best. And they're kind of bulky and not super, super comfortable. But, you know. They're like only like $15. But, yeah, we're going to hit the play button. I'm going to pop back over here. Going to turn that down a little bit so I don't blow your guys' eardrums out. But, yeah, this game's called Proteus. Super, super fun. If you like old games like Doom, it is... And we'll go back to the news in a bit. But we like to mix it up a little, you know? Like to mix it up. Start campaign, and let's just continue where we left off. But feel free to drop the comments. I will read them. I'm still reading comments, guys. I can multitask. I'm great at multitasking. Okay, so we're gonna try, I guess, doing this one. Yeah, we'll try this one. I think I died last time I tried this level. But we'll give it another go. We'll see what happens. Okay, so... Where's this? Did I accidentally turn down my volume? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's do this. We don't want to touch the acid. Ooh, grab that gun. With this. Boom. We're toast. Oh crap. Oh crap, I'm in the acid. Oh crap, we're making gaming great again. Oh. Boom, you're toast, buddy. Oh. Sniping these fools. Hey, buddy. It's not very nice. Oh. Going in. What does this do? Key card required. Rune required. So we gotta find a rune, apparently. We'll just go over here. See what's up. Take that. Not in my town, Charlie Brown. Can we go in here? Oh crap. These guys explode with poison, I guess. They explode with poison. What's your guys' favorite video game? Okay, let's switch back to this. Boom. Got him. Getting some health packs. Oh, that ain't good. Come on. Take them out. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's go with this. Let's switch to this. Wait, I'm gonna die. I'm really not good with that gun. Oh crap. Oh crap. Let's just sneak around over here. Can I get over there? Guess we're gonna have to backtrack a little bit, maybe. This gun, I just bought this gun, and it's pretty good. Ooh, green key card required. I don't know where the green key card is. I got 1 hit point left, guys. I am going to die. I'm gonna die. Oh, here we go. A little bit of health. A little bit of health. Oh, crap. And I'm toast. And I'm toast. Let's continue from the Nexus. There we go. This game has amazing music. Let's go explore this area. At least we got our health back. Oh crap. Okay, let's switch to this gun. I got the same gun, buddy. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of dudes down there. Oh, crap. Can I get in there? How do I get in there? Sorry. Get some armor going. You're toast. You're also toast. Did that work? Nope, I still need a green key card. Okay. Still need a green key card. We got a little auto map here as well. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Whoa, back up, buddy. Man, I don't know where that green key card is. But I definitely need it. Save point. Save point acquired. Thank you for the likes, guys. Oh boy. Got him. Oh crap. Where'd he come from? Okay. Snuck around and got me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where the green key card is. Oh, let's not mess with him. Let's wait for that to go away. Oh! Can I not go through there? Guess not. Hey, I got the green key finally. Finally found the green key card. Oh crap, how did all these zombies spawn? Okay, let's see what's behind. Oh crap. Oh, there's a lot of dudes in this area. Shotgun time! Boom. Oh crap, bro. Let's go back to this gun. What the heck is going on over here? I'm running kind of low on health. It's a boss fight? What is this? What the heck is this? Is it spawning those things? Got him. That was interesting. I definitely need some shields or something. A little bit of health, very nice. A little bit of pick me up. How do I get up there? How do I get up there? I don't know. So I gotta maybe go through here. Is there a button that I need to press still? Okay, I think we're going the right direction now. I think we're heading in the right direction. Sorry, buddy. But you're toast. Let's grab this real quick. There we go. You're dead. Oh, crap. You're dead. Just smoking these fools. Another save point, which means there's probably going to be lots of bad guys around here somewhere. Oh, let me prop the chat back up. Normal Zero Builder, what up, man? Normal Zero Builder, how goes it, man? Have you been here before? I feel like we played Fortnite together once. Welcome, man. Oh, you're top 10. Okay. That's what I thought. Well, welcome, man. How you doing? Okay, I'm not exactly sure which way I'm supposed to be going here. The toast. Oh, crap. Boom. You're dead. You're gonna die. Ooh. Oh crap, that ain't good. Oh, we got snipers up. We got snipers, boys. I think I got him. Oh my goodness. I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Oh crap, what the heck is that? Oh, what's going on there? Need some help real quick. Grab some ammo. You got Unreal? Oh, like the rank in Fortnite? Oh crap, bro. Back up, son. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. There we go. You're dead. Oh, what's this? Ooh, there's a heart up there. How do I get that? Good question. How do I... Oh, God! Jeez! Don't scare me like that. Whew. That was scary. Okay, how am I gonna get that thing? Oh, crap. Got him. How am I gonna get that thing? Jump! Oh, crap. How do I get that? It's gonna go down a little bit? What? Come on! It's literally right there. Okay, maybe I wait for it to get a little bit lower. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll go back down here. Is there a button I can press on here? Nope. Did I already got... I think I came from this way. Okay, so let's go back this way. And let's explore this area. know I got a map. Just don't know how to get that thing. I want to get that thing. But I don't think I can reach that. Is there something up? Like, how would I get that? Might have to leave it for now. What did that do? Oh, what just happened? Oh crap, what just happened? I think it just raised all this. It raised the acid. Come on. Got him. We're just popping in, guys. Welcome to the stream. Can I open this? Nope. Go this way. Whoop. That wasn't good. Can I go in there? Nope. Whoop. Yeah, let's not touch the acid. That would be good if we didn't do that. Ooh. There's a heart over there. We're going for it. Got it. Okay, let's go back over here. I don't know, am I supposed to go? Oh, here we go. You're toast, buddy. You're toast. Okay, I don't exactly know what that did, but we'll go explore out here. Oh crap. Did I get him? I think I got him. This game is called Proteus. It's called Proteus. Okay, let's hop over here. I think I can get over there. If I play my cards right, I should just be able to walk right through here. Grab some more ammo real quick. Oh, crap. Oh, I was not expecting that. Oh boy. That guy's a big one. Okay, I think we got him. A little bit of health. Rune acquired. Alright. Proteus units detected. Oh crap. Oh, that ain't good. I think this is the boss fight. Oh crap, I died. I gotta take that dude out or it keeps spawning stuff. Yeah, I think it's 25 bucks. When it's brand new, it might be on sale right now. I don't know. It's a possibility it might be on sale. I got 10 kills in a ranked match and only went up to 903 points on Unreal. Interesting. Team for Nexus Point. Oh crap. I think it spawned me right there. Oh crap. This is the guy I gotta kill. Did I kill him? I think I killed him. No, I didn't kill him. he's still here. I think I gotta hit him from behind or something. I think that's what I gotta do. Okay, I think I killed him. Just replenish my ammo real quick. Maybe it gets weak at a certain time. I think I killed him. No, wait, this is the way... No, wait, we need to go back down here. So we need to go here. Let me look here. I think we go this way. Probably up the stairs. I think there's something I probably missed up here. Or not. I think we got the nexus point. Yeah, maybe I gotta come back to this area at a different time. So I think I killed everybody here. I got that nexus thing. Let's try going down. Let's see how far we can go down. I went up in here. Grab some armor real quick. Some ammunition. Okay, I guess we probably got to go out of this area. Oh, crap. Okay, yeah, everybody, all the bad guys spawn here. This ain't good. This ain't good. These guys are a little tougher to kill. Yeah, these guys don't want to die. Okay, let's switch up to maybe this gun. Ooh, I kind of want that though. Boom! Yeah, ooh, fragment collected. Okay, looks like there is a whatchamacallit over here. Let me see if I can grab this real quick. Like, the levels in this game change quite a bit. Oh, look at that. Got another fragment. Very nice. Okay, I want to try to get that over there. Maybe I jumped down too soon. Can I hop back up? Can I hop back up, or am I screwed now? Oh no. Okay, let's go back down here. We'll go with this one. Oh crap, they're all shooting at me. Who's spawning these fools? These guys do not want to die. Next point acquired. Let's go. Boom. I think I gotta come over here maybe. Here we go. That did something. Oh, what's this? What's going on here? I think I gotta walk through there. Okay, we're gonna walk through here. Boom! Level complete, son. Yo, I got 100% of the kills. We killed every single enemy in that level. That's what I'm talking about. Secrets, 14%. Deaths, 2. Time for this 24 minutes. Nice. Rate that map. Very good map. There's also leaderboards in this game. High scores, all that good stuff. If you guys are still watching, post a comment down below. If y'all still here, post a comment. Also, guys, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Wrong button. Fort. Changing the title a little bit. There we go. I was watching the moon thing and you left for a bit, then I came back. Yeah, I got a copyright strike thing, so it wouldn't let me watch it anymore because I guess the person who owned the video didn't want me watching it on my channel. So I had to stop watching it. I had to stop. Let's save and close. Or should we say yes? Okay, but let's see what other games are on sale. Let me go to my wish list. So Battlefield 2042 is on sale. Gungrove Gore's on sale. American Theft 80s. Mud Runner. Exoprimal. Mutant Year Zero. Lawn Mowing Simulator. We could mow some lawns, everyone. I think I need to update my Fortnite before I can play it. Angerfoot. Escape the Maze. Oh, there was a game. There was a game that I needed to test out. I got a code from it. Oh, Soul Calibur went back up in price. Man, I want to buy that. It was like $6. I guess I missed the sale. Dang. I missed the sale. End poll. Okay. What type of vids do you want to see more of on my channel? Gaming, politics, there we go. All right, guys, I put another poll in the chat. Feel free to vote on it. Feel free to vote on it. I'm actually going to end this stream and then restart it. So give me a second and I'll be right back.